This week on Big Eyes, the boys are back in town to reflect on 2021 and discuss the outlook on Jump in the future. So stay tuned and sit back and relax for the Big Eyes podcast. Welcome to an all new year, all new Big Eyes. How you doing? This is AD. I got the Gundam Godfather here, LJ. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, what's up? What's good? COVID tried to take me out, man. That's why we didn't get an episode last week. COVID tried to take me out. So your boy needed to rest up, but I'm back. I'm not gonna say better than ever. My body's
Yeah, but, bro. Get your rest.
Man, we're Big Eyes is back. The Big Eyes boys is back. I'm happy to hear talk about another week. This week kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. This week was kind of Huffington.
Yeah, man. First of all, we had a break last week. You know, we were supposed to do the big episode, but you know,
COVID was hating. COVID tried to take me out, but it's all good. You know. You know, we're on an all new year. I'm excited for the things that are going to come this year. I think a few big series are going to end. We're reaching the end game for a few things. There's a few things on the horizon that look really good. But I will say to start the year off, I'm not. This was not a strong first week of chapters, man.
Yeah, this week was this week was like the setup and preparation for a lot of things, because like we're still getting set up with My Hero. Dr. Stone is getting their beginning of their end, kicked off. You got Jujutsu Kaisen. They're still in the middle of the Culling Games. I kind of like that chapter, but like not, there's some mixed reception on it. But we'll talk about that probably a little bit later. But all in all, I think like with this week, we have a lot to look forward to. Like
we do have like things I feel like to look forward to. I think, like I said, I think this year is going to be a really big year for manga, especially with things that are. I think that the things that are ending this year or potentially ending within the next year, those are going to be the things that like those are the big things, because once those end, we're talking about like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, whatever else that will spontaneously end when this year. I think those things though, those are opening doors and opening up lanes for other manga to come in and like really, really flourish. But I think last year was a fun year. We had some big moments. We had some big things happen last year. I mean, we had the My Hero War.
Yeah, like
we had Shigaraki versus Deku.
Yeah, like. Well, no, that was all 2020. Was that like the end? That was like the end. Yeah, that was like that was the beginning of the end. Like,
well, that was 2021, right? Unless I'm really tripping.
Hold on.
There is no way that.
Let's see. Let's go back.
Let's go back. I'm sure that happened.
So My Hero, the last chapter, the first chapter that started in My Hero was 296. I think that was like the beginning of.
Oh no, that was when they were breaking out the prison. They started this year off breaking out of prison.
Yeah.
We had the prison break stuff. We had Lady Nagant that was really tight. Obviously we saw Deku start to he started unlocking some more powers. We started getting other holders for All for One.
So Hero Society started breaking down.
It started off strong. It got real shaky for a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think they ended the year all strong.
I think for what the high of 2020 was, and when you look at all of 2021 being like kind of a setup again, like it's we're cooling off. You know what I'm saying? We just had the big war. We're cooling off. We're still in the aftermath section. I think with even this current chapter that we got this week, it's just still kind of setting up what we're about to go through, because it really seems like we don't have that much longer to go. Like
we don't.
Even at the end of this chapter, they talk about like we have to talk about this other plan, that just in case shit goes left. So I mean, like, we just have so much left with My Hero to like get through. I think that it's just still in that setup period, but they gotta end it with a bang.
Whatchamacallit? No, yeah, I mean, I think it was a lot of setup. I just think that for me, how they started and how they finished they finished on a meh note for me. Yeah. It started off really strong though, like the prison break. I mean, I still think that All for One is easily the best thing that they did all year for My Hero.
Yeah.
Like, easily he was the best thing that they done. Bar none. Like, the breaking out of prison, him blowing up Lady Nagano, him attempting to blow up the mansion, the little, like, quips and things that he just said, like the little monologues. Like, he was really barring cats up this year. And I think he had probably the least amount of, like, manga time than most characters. But every time he was shown, or every time that he was in the chapter, he took it over. Like,
like he was in the spotlight. I think it's funny because it's like with JJK, we were still kind of in Shibuya. Like, we were at the end of Shibuya. Kenjaku had just did the Uzumaki, so he had just transfigured Mahito, and then we get into the stuff with Yuta. We get into the stuff with like Chozo and the whole Zenin clan. We had the whole Zenin massacre, Maki going crazy. Akutami was on his break for a second. He had to get right.
So, can we keep it real about my dog? Can we keep it real about Akutami?
I want to hear what you guys have to say.
I think post break, he was looking like MVP, putting up Jordan numbers. Man, it was crazy.
Oh yeah.
It was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
We started the year off with Yuta. We go from that to Culling Games stuff. With Culling Games, this was a little shaky. We were still kind of like, what was really the Culling Games? We get Maki and her in the Zenin Clan Massacre, which is easily, for me, manga moment of the year. Easily. I don't think there's a moment in manga this year that was better than that. He goes on his break. He comes back from his break, and I think post-break Akutami was good. We had some good moments, obviously. I think Hikari, the introduction of Hikari, like, that whole moment was really good. I mean, Hikari was probably one of my favorite character introductions this year. I think the play on Fight Club and his character design, the fact that, he's mixed. If he's not, hey, bros, listen, if he's not at least light skinned in the anime, I'm gonna be a little upset. We're gonna have to ask some questions.
Hey man, you already know niggas was upset about Gojo beating up on Miguel in the JJK Zero. Like, have you seen that clip?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I gotta send that to you. Oh man.
Oh damn, he was beating up Miguel?
Yeah, he was going crazy with the hands. Hold on.
Oh man, listen, I got you. Listen, Miguel might have deserved it. I don't know. You don't know what he said. He could have said something crazy. I mean, listen, it takes a lot to get Gojo out of his shell. So
I got you. I'm about to send it right now, so you can be the judge for yourself, like whether or not he was going that crazy.
All right, I'll check it out. But no, essentially we got Hikari, who was introduced. I think it started off really strong. I think he ended on a weird note. I think he ended off shaky. I think he just ended off like I don't think he stuck the landing like how we thought he was going to.
I mean, I agree in a sense, but I think also with him taking some unplanned breaks, it kind of threw off the timing for what he wanted to drop and what he wanted to do. Because when you think about the chapter that we got today, that technically, like, unofficially dropped last year.
Oh, he beat the breaks off Miguel. Yeah. I did see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, Miguel kind of probably deserved that, though, man, bro. Nah, he giving this man hands, bro. It's crazy. Miguel should have stepped it up. That's on Miguel. He didn't even use no curse technique. That was straight hands that he was giving him. Miguel deserved that. if I got superpowers and I still choose to use my hands to beat you up, then yeah, that's you deserved whatever ass whooping that you got.
Oh man, yeah.
That's just my final thoughts on that one.
Because that nigga was relentless. But
oh yeah, he was. But no. So whatchamacallit? No, but I don't know. Like, I think when he came back, I think we were expecting something, and then I don't think that the expectations in which were set were met. Maybe that's on me as a fan for setting the expectation, because I don't think everything he did was bad. I just don't think it turned out how I thought it was going to be.
I think in that situation, you just have to let him take you for the ride and like allow him to tell the story in his way. Like, you can't set the expectation too high. You have to like accept things for what it is and be like, all right, where are you going with this? Like, because even with this current fight, like, I know we've been talking about like wondering what Panda and Hikari are doing right now, but I think this is the perfect time. Like, he's doing this right with us following Yuji and Megumi, because everybody else that they're encountering, they're second years, third years, they got some type of experience. They know that they have these techniques that they need to work on. With Yuji, he's in a completely separate situation, and with Megumi, like, he's still figuring out his curse technique, his domain expansion. So I think with him at least learning it in this situation right now, like, it's setting up for like, okay, now we know what Megumi sort of looks like, so he's leveling up. So when we get to Hikari,
but how much longer should we wait for Megumi to level up? Especially since Megumi was the one going into the Culling games on some like, I'm about to be on my murder shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This was the moment.
I don't care.
This was the moment. That's what I'm saying. This right here was the moment.
We got him struggling against a bum.
I mean, first of all, if I was Reggie, dog, I'm telling you, I'd be flipping all the shit, bro. Give me y'all receipts.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. If I was Reggie, bro, I'll make 7-8 copies.
Like, the color games ain't really worth it for real. Like,
I would have been flipping, bro. Listen, you talking about resellers? Reggie's like the reseller of resellers. That's how you know, like, Akutami was really tapped in with the culture, bro. He got reseller techniques and everything, bro. He's different. He built different.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know what. Like, he's weak though. At the end of the day, he's weak. Like, the dude that Yuji fought was easily stronger than Reggie.
But that's what I'm also saying. It's and like
Yuji low-key made light work of him with no curse energy.
But I think that's also the point where it's like we're figuring out these people are new Jujutsu sorcerers, right? They're just now getting these curse techniques. They really don't have a handle on their stuff. So this is kind of like warm up in a sense for them, because they've been training. They've been doing this all year. So like the fact that they're in here, like, they know how to manipulate their curse techniques. They know how to manipulate curse energy. They know what techniques they have to work on. That's why I see with Reggie's fight, he knew his curse technique, and he's calculating enough to think about like all of Megumi's moves and counters. Like, this nigga healed himself with a receipt. How the fuck you get a spa bath with a receipt, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? That, like, his power was crazy. It's crazy. That was hard. That was hard. But I'm saying it's like,
at the same time, I don't want to see that in my battle, bro. Like it's a cool technique, but it's like,
it's the adversity behind it, though. That's why it's like, okay, Megumi gotta figure out a way to get around this man, and the only way that he could figure it out is to set up a domain expansion. We knew that he was coming in his bitch like kind of shaky on that, but he found a way to make it work. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, this right here was his level up moment. Like, while we saw Yuji's kind of moment back with Higuruma, this is kind of his moment. So now probably the next time see him.
But bro, I'll say this. The only reason why I'm giving Megumi a pass is because he was fighting someone before he was fighting Reggie, and that's why it looks like he has ran out of cursed energy and technique. But it's like, at this moment, against this opponent, against this level of opponent, he's bringing out a domain expansion.
But that's just, it's about the techniques that you use. That's why I'm saying, like, we got to give Reggie a little bit of credit for being at least as calculating as he is. Because somehow, some way, he knew about Kenjaku and, like, what was going on behind the scenes. So there's more to Reggie than we are giving him credit for. That's all I'm saying. Like,
is there really, though?
Yeah, I would say so.
I would.
I would say if he was able to gather these points and like get people to work under him this way, I would say there's a little bit more to him than we are allowing to happen. That being said, Megumi is going to come out of this winning because he's in the domain expansion. He's kind of like figured out how to use it. He complained about like it being formless or whatever, but like this is the fight for him to work out the kinks. That's all I'm saying. Like,
but it's just like, why are we at a point where he's still working out the kinks? You know what I mean? Like, we're in the culling phase now, bro.
We
like,
haven't really had a chance.
We gotta like, yes, he has. He's pulled it out multiple times. Not multiple times, but he at least pulled it out once or twice before here. And you already seen him use the shadow technique like twice now.
I think the only time we really seen him use the shadow technique was when he went back to his hometown. We didn't see it in Shibuya. I'm pretty sure we didn't see it in Shibuya because we saw the trip. We saw I'm saying we saw it one time and it was formless. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't have really too much time after that moment, the first time he used it, to kind of work on it. So this is his moment to like get better at using the domain expansion. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I can't. I feel I think we're giving a little too much credit, but
we just gotta wait and see. But that's how I'm looking at it, bro. Like, there's so much that we have left to explore, and I feel like once we get out of this, we might see like Hikari use his domain expansion. Like, we really haven't seen anybody else use domain expansions for real.
That's what I'm waiting for, man. I'm waiting for Hikari. I'm trying to see what his domain. I'm trying to see him in action in battle. Like, the little Yuji fight was cool, but man, I need to see my dog really get at it.
Same. I'm not gonna hold you. I
like that. Hikari's the one that I'm waiting for. I think that he's one of my favorite characters that was introduced. How his introduction was tight. I think that he has a lot I think he has things that he can offer this story. Not even just offer, like, it's not like every character has to offer the story something, but I just think he's cool and I want to see him work, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel it. We need more of him, but I think like because he's already a more advanced character, we get to have that time with him a little bit later. It's going to take less time to explain like his abilities because, you know, he's already further along. We could level up Yuji and Megumi right now, get them out the way, and then we move on to, okay, got those check marks off the list. What's going on with Panda and Hikari? When are we going to see Maki show up? You know what I mean? Like, we need to start jumping into all of that stuff.
We gonna see, man. We gonna see, but I need that Hikari Panda, man. We gotta move away from Megumi and Yuji. Like, I'm sorry, like right now I feel they're just slowing the story down. They're just slowing it down too much, though, to the point where it's just like, can we like? It's one of those things where I feel like all this stuff is happening, and I'm like, for what? You know, not like for what, but it's just like stuff is happening. But I'm like, why? Like, why does Megumi need this moment? Why does he need a moment to show that he's grown to another level that we've kind of low key seen him do already? It's not like we've seen him not do. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, he knows how to use his domain expansion like properly. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, even then, I'm like, I could have inferred that. You know what I'm saying? I could have.
That's the thing.
Because like, Reggie's really the guy that he's gonna pull it out against. Like, out of all probably the next people that he's gonna end up fighting, potential fights that he could end up having, this is the guy where we're like, oh no, this is where we want him to pull this out. Like, for what? We could have saved that.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Reggie was obviously a big enough threat for him to have to set this up. So that's the thing, bro. Like, you gotta give the story where it's taken. You know what I'm saying? Take it for what it is. We gotta see where we're going with Megumi now knowing how to use this domain expansion properly. Like, that's all I'm saying.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know how I'm feeling about it, but I'm trying to think. But nah, I mean, I think Jujutsu Kaisen end of the year. I don't think they ended the year as strong as I think they could have, but they ended the year strong. They ended the year still like in a good spot in the story. I think Black Clover is really just doing whatever they want. I think no one cares so much about Black Clover that like they're just kind of just like, okay. Like, I think Black Clover is in such a good spot because I don't think they have zero expectations. I don't think they have no expectations. I mean, the anime's done.
They have a movie coming.
They have a movie coming. That's cool. Like they got some. They can still do fun. So I think they have so like I legit think that Black Clover they're just having fun. Like they have zero expectations. I don't think really anyone is like really worried about what they're doing. I think that must be great.
That's what I'm saying. I like Black Clover because like nobody is really out here trying to like argue about Black Clover, what's going on in the story, or anything like that. It's really just like magic and vibes. Like right now with the demon arc, like the demon arc has been going on for like the Spade Kingdom shit has been going on for like a year and a half, 2 years, and they're just now getting to the real demons being let out. We got Lucifero, who was honestly for last year, my favorite fight out of Black Clover was the Dante versus Magna fight. That shit was hard. Like,
that was super crazy.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that came out of Black Clover for me personally. That and coming out with the Star Magic, like that was crazy too.
My God,
Yeah, those two is probably the top two moments. And Noelle with her mom. Like when you think about it, like the stuff that happened in Black Clover, they had some like reveals. And it's really just been a fun time. Like
it's just fun. It's just a fun read. You could tell that right now that they're not even taking themselves serious.
Yeah, like you ain't really got to worry about too much with Black Clover. If you feel like,
I think Black Clover, I put Black Clover and One Piece in that same box. I mean, it's for different reasons though. I think Oda's just been doing this for so long, and like One Piece been running for so long. Like once again, like people kind of know what to expect from One Piece, and like One Piece really doesn't have that. They don't have that expectation, or they don't have the worry of like I gotta be great. You know what I'm saying? Like it's One Piece. People are gonna watch One Piece. People are fans of One Piece. Like they have their core fans. I think Black Clover is in the same boat of just like Black Clover ain't worried about nobody. Black Clover is worried about Black Clover and doing what Black Clover wants to do. And they know that they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they still put up good numbers. They still get the job done. People still tap in weekly. I just,
yeah, Black Clover.
It must be fun to have that, like not have that expectation.
Yeah, same. Like I think with Black Clover in particular, because Black Clover came out around the same time like My Hero did, and even with the interesting thing about Black Clover, like these are two separate things, but like with Jump in general, you kind of see like there's so much magic or sorcery type stuff in Jump right now that I think with the Black Clover, because Black Clover's been running for a good little minute. I don't know when this arc is going to end. They could end it at any moment. They could jump into a new arc. Who knows?
Man, you don't even know. Don't even matter, really.
But that's the thing. It's like there's so much magic and sorcery in Jump right now. Like if they leave, I think there would be something missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Like when you think about it, like think about all the stuff that is technically feeling like they're running out or like running on their last arc. Like if we look at Undead Unluck, like Undead Unluck has been really good. Like last year they had the 4 seasons shit. Like they had the summer, summer arc.
That spring arc is amazing.
Yeah,
the spring arc in Undead Unluck was really good.
Yeah,
probably one of my like they ended that year like the year. I mean, spring arc just finished up. But I think that whole spring arc, I think everything from winter to spring has been really, really good. Especially since they did the whole like splitting Andy up from
Fuko.
Yeah, splitting them up. Having Fuko kind of like have to hold herself down, the whole like Andy trusting Fuko thing. You kind of learn more about like why Fuko is so important to like, you know what I'm saying, to defeating Spring, and then the gambling battle between her and Spring. Like I think it was just well written. I think that whole everything from there was just really well written. It kept you engaged. I think it was one of the better things that Shonen Jump has done. One of the better arcs. They ended off really strong. I think Undead Unluck, I don't think even on this show we give Undead Unluck the amount of love that they probably deserve this year.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, especially with like the cast that Undead Unluck has. Like in the beginning, you only know like so much about these characters, and then you start to learn about their powers, and then you figure out a little bit more here and there, and then all of a sudden you get hit with like a flashback or like their background, chapter. Like we got a chapter about three of the main like heroes. We got Top, the unstoppable kid who like he grew up in Brazil poor, like it was some crazy stuff. Then we also have like the Shogun who sits in the background that creates all of the weapons from the very beginning of Undead Unluck. And then this whole arc has been about her and Spring and like their ancestry together. Like Undead Unluck has more reread value than we give it credit for, and I think like there's so much there that people can just go into it, tap in, and enjoy it. Like Undead Unluck has really been strong this past year, and I really want to see it. If it gets an anime, it's probably. Would you think Undead Unluck gets anime of the year if it came out like with the anime next year?
You think for 2022? If it
no,
comes out with the anime?
2023.
23.
Yeah.
There's potential. There's potential. It depends on a lot of different things, but there's potential that it could be. I know that an anime for this is definitely going to make it more popular.
Yeah.
Anime of the year? I don't know. A very good anime? Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. All right. So let's think about all the stuff that we have right now in Jump that has a fair amount of chapters but doesn't have an anime yet. And let's say they get announced next year. Let's think about all of that stuff. We have Undead Unluck. We got Mashal. I think Spy Family will probably be getting a second season. Maybe Black Clover will come back and it'll do the Spade stuff. My point is like, what out of all the stuff that you could think of that's in Jump right now, compared to like each other that hasn't had an anime yet, what would you think would be anime of the year for the following year? Because this year we got some bangers. Like I'm not worried about this year. This year we got Spy Family and we got Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise. Like we got bangers. But for future reference.
Okay. So you're saying I'm trying to think. Are we only talking of ones that don't have animes yet?
Yes.
Then yeah, probably Undead Unluck will probably have I think Undead Unluck has the highest ceiling. I think they could potentially be the best out of everything that doesn't have an anime just yet. Anime of the year? I don't know. But I think it has a really high ceiling. I think it could outdo and outperform a lot of others. I think that it would. Ooh, hold on now. Hold on. I gotta really think about that.
You had to start looking a little bit.
Because listen, bro, Mashal wasn't no slouch last year.
It wasn't. That's the crazy thing.
It wasn't no slouch last year. Mashal had a really good year too. I said, man, Mashal, Undead Unluck, like once JJK and My Hero kind of clear up those two top spots, it's an open lane. Those are two open lanes that a lot of things could take. Like can I mean, shoot, right? Even what at chapter 7, I got high hopes for Ayashimon.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, like we gotta really think where Ayashimon could be at. It's gonna be on like his 50th chapter there by the end of this year.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you got some things right now. I mean, I like Doran. I like where Doran's at. Shit, if Dandadan gets a fucking anime.
Oh man, listen, hold up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Dandadan gets another anime, if that gets clear, like. Really, right? I mean, the only thing killing Dandadan right now is the fact that it's mature content.
Man, listen, don't nobody give a fuck about that. Like,
well, I mean, no one does. And to be honest, like no one does. And I mean, and to be honest, the content really isn't as. I don't think it's as raunchy as
it's very descriptive. It's more innuendos. It's not really like raunchy as what it is. Like it's very
raunchy. It's just like you said. It's like the jokes are really mature. You know, there's a lot of adult jokes in there, and there's a lot of things that are like, okay, shit. You even gotta think of something like Akachi Triangle.
Oh yeah, but see, that's getting an anime though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, that is getting one. Okay,
but see, that's one we always forget because it's like, all right, like.
It gets lost in the shuffle of things. Yes,
but that's why we it's so much stuff out there, bro. Like, and I think with this new era of like Jump and how things can get cut so easily, I think with what we have right now as a good lineup. Even with, I told you how I feel about 6P. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I think that has a chance of getting anime just because
6P is gonna succeed because of Blue Period.
I see where you're going with that, like the artsy aesthetic.
Yeah, Blue Period is putting up crazy numbers right now. 6P, Blue Period is doing great, and Blue Period is really good. I really enjoy Blue Period. I think that like it tells a beautiful story. I think that the art is beautiful. Even the manga is really, really good. I love that the fact that it takes, you know what I'm saying? It takes, like, you know, like even the storyline of just like this kid trying to get into art school and like the artsy stuff of it.
Yeah,
like 6P can easily get right behind that and just kind of like really ride its coattails. I don't think it's ever going to be as good as Blue Period. I think Blue Period is excellent. But
here's the thing about 6P though, that like I really think the anime has to get right, because with 6P, one of the more recent chapters, they talk about like sound direction, and you know that's a big thing for a lot of anime. So if you can get a good scene or a good chapter where they're talking about like, you know, somebody walking home and what's the music like for that, so we can envision that, and then you have the whole like audience get captured into, you know, the aesthetic of somebody walking home with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things that 6P tries to draw in itself, but because it's a sound-based thing, you know, we would need the anime to actually accurately capture that experience. So I think with 6P, it has that potential. We just gotta let it run for that course. Especially because I just saw on the timeline, I think it's on WSJ Manga, they put out some of the mangaka's favorite songs or artists, and this man got Earth, Wind, and Fire as one of his favorite artists right now. So like I also gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's real. I mess with him for that. But like you said, it's the sound direction. Like I think 6P, the issue that they're gonna have is they got other little things in there that. And also, I'll say this: during COVID, I watched a lot of Gundam. I was watching a lot of Gundam. I was watching a lot of Evangelion. One thing I'll say about Gundam that they do really well is their use of music.
Yeah.
Their use of music in Gundam is so beautiful and it's so great, and I think it's like why I enjoy watching it so much. Like the timing of the music and the type of music that's hit during, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things, it just works so well. Like it puts you so in the moment. It makes the climactic moments in which they're using it seem much more grand because of just like the heavy orchestra strings and like the, you know what I'm saying? Like the sadness of the moment, like especially if you watch Unicorn. Like Unicorn does a great job of using music. But I mean that's something though that 6P is gonna have to get correct.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to I'm not so tapped into 6P. I'm not on high as you are. I think that it's probably gonna last longer than I think, but I think that will translate better into an anime than it does a manga, just because there's that musical aspect to it. Like it's hard to read a manga about music with no sound.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my thing about it. It's like, because of the nature of Jump, I would like for it to last long enough to at least get to that point. Like, it's only giving us half the experience because it's a music-based thing, and we know Jump likes to cut shit. So that's why I'm like kind of hopeful for it. In regards to other things like the Shugomaru, I don't think that's gonna last. Like, I think that's gonna be gone pretty soon. Yeah. It's just not hitting, bro. I'm sorry. Like some of the jokes be here and there. Like it's funny when it wants to be, but also like the story seems very short-sighted. So I think they aren't gonna last as long as what other things in Jump could. Like Ayashimon, that's the next thing coming. Like,
I mean, listen. After the first chapter, I haven't really tapped into Chogomaru after.
I've read like 5. I'm finna stop. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah.
Hold on now. Wait.
What?
We didn't bring up Kaiju. Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 is perfectly made for an anime. Like, Kaiju number 8 is perfect for an anime.
Yeah.
Adaptation.
Yeah.
You gotta think when that drops, that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna do numbers.
That's gonna do numbers for shonen. Also, they had one of the best covers this year. Let's get that straight. They had one of the absolute best covers this year. That Volume 1 cover, the double fold.
I can't even find it. I have not been able to find it.
One of the best covers this year. I meant to make a list of all my favorite covers. I'll probably still do that. But yeah, definitely one of the best covers this year. Kaiju number 8 is really, really good.
Yeah. We might have to start jumping into like the Jump Plus stuff more. I feel like that we might be able to find some stuff in there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely can. Yeah, I think Kaiju number 8 had a really great year last year. They did really good. Especially where they kind of started. When they started the year, like he had just made Division 3.
Yeah.
He had just made Division 3 in the beginning of the year. Now
they was talking greasy to him.
And like now look where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Like looking back at the year that Kaiju number 8 had, I was definitely a little harder on their storytelling than maybe I should have been. I think they told a much better story, like kind of going back and really seeing where they started to where they're at now. Like they did a good job. They did a good job. I mean, a lot of it was a lot of violence and vibes, but at the same time, they mixed some little storytelling in there, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. And then we ended the year with a bang because like now we really got to fight for something. You know what I mean? Like the head man is out the way and he got abducted. So now there's a whole new, like they have a whole new story to tell. There's nothing but like the unknown for Kaiju number 8. I think it's perfect for, honestly. How long do you? All right, so here's a question about Kaiju number 8. I had to think about it for a second. Where would you think like we would stop with Kaiju number 8 as far as like an anime? Like
if they did now?
Yeah, like 13 episodes. Like at what point in the story would you think they would stop?
You think they're gonna only do 13? Maybe. Huh?
I feel like they gotta give it like a test run. Like
they'll probably end it when he gets arrested.
I can see that.
They'll probably end it when he gets arrested, or like as soon as his like secret is found out.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then they'll probably cut it there.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be the best ending point anyways. You get enough of the story, you get to see his powers, you get to see him kind of like evolve with his powers, they catch him, boom. Or they can end it. They can end it. Yeah. End it when he gets caught. Don't, because I was gonna say they could end it after him and the general fight or the director fight.
Yeah, and then like that's when he gets sent.
But like
that would have to be like the absolute end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like after it's like it has to end with as soon as that fight ends, that has to be the final part. But the thing is that after him in the general fight, it like ramps up immediately. So that's what I'm saying. They should do it like he gets caught. Next season starts off with like what happened after he gets caught.
Yeah.
And then all the way until I don't know where the story. I mean, by the
because this is halfway through. Like this is all within the same time frame of like him getting sent to Division 1 and then meeting like the captain and all of that stuff. I think you're right in that he will probably have to end around that area. Like
we gonna talk about how Suishida came back with another banger.
Yeah, let's talk, bro. What?
Chojin X is that deal.
Yeah. Talk.
Chojin X is that fucking deal, bro.
Talk. We didn't get it. I think the one thing we didn't really get a chance to do, because like it's the one thing about it, it's not as frequent. Like, you know, he had the weird schedule. Like he would probably drop like once a month, and then he'll drop like once a week. And now he's just like gone. Like he's just here and then gone. Like that's the one thing about it. But other than that, this man been dropping heat.
It's been nothing but bangers. It's been nothing but every chapter is crazy. Like he really got another one on his hands. I think listen, he went crazy. He went so crazy. I really enjoyed just man. Listen, I enjoyed Chojin X. Like I just love how weird it is. I love how he just leans into the weirdness and the darkness of it.
Yeah. I love that, and also like the fact that like every kind of Chojin has animal associated to it. It's something weird about it, dog. Like we have two main characters. They're all in their own like kind of art aesthetic when they're the art aesthetic is kind of insane.
I would hang this up in my house. That's how nice these panels are. Like I would like legit hang up some of these panels in my home. Like this is, I mean, I've always enjoyed his art style. I mean, I've talked about how much I love Tokyo Ghoul on this, but like I love like you said, I love the dark gothic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real. I mean, some of that stuff it's a little weird, and freaky, and unsettling. Like it's, I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Like Chosen X is
Chosen X is that deal though, man. Listen, Ishida got another one. I don't think like you said, I think that the wonky schedule that it's on and the release schedule that it's on kind of takes it out of play for some things. But I think that right now that's one of the best stories running on Shonen.
Yeah, same. We just got to get it on a good schedule. That's the main thing. I think one of the ones that I'm always excited for, like I'm glad that it started running now, is the show of Shoten. Like the comedy aspect of that in itself is something.
I think Shoten could be a really good anime. I think right now comedy anime too is having a moment also. Like some of the best animes that come out this year, like last year, was a lot of comedy joints.
Yeah.
Or like slice of life type stuff.
Yeah. Like it was all something different. And I think Showa Shoten could like honestly, I was watching Odd Taxi. Go listen to the Lookout episode. That's all I'm gonna say. That because
listen, we gotta give Mills his flowers.
Give Mills his flowers. Talk. He was spitting.
He said he was like, "This is anime of the year." I didn't believe him at first. Until I watched it, and I was like, I could see how he could say that.
Yeah,
I
same.
Completely agree. Like how he could say that. It's not my anime of the year.
Shit, it's probably mine. I'm not gonna hold you. Hold on, somebody at my door. Hold on. All right, everything good.
All right, I was watching like this boy about to put somebody in a body bag. Oh my god! He's about to do it to him.
Nah. We all good.
My boy AD was about to. He's about to come back. Like my bad. You got the gun residue still on your fingers, don't you? It's all good. Listen. Allegedly, though. Allegedly. Not really. Allegedly.
But anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about Showa Shoten and Odd Taxi.
Oh yeah, nah. I just think Slice of Life and all that is gonna have a moment. I think Blue Box.
Yeah,
Blue Box is amazing this year.
Listen, man.
One of my favorites.
This year. It started this year.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was a new title, and it really is telling one of the best stories on. I just love how they're doing that. Like once again, the way that they are able to like invoke emotion in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there's sports. I'm not gonna consider this a sports manga though.
Yeah, like sports are only part of the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's really a high school drama. Like it's something completely different. Like sports is just like the key thing to kind of drive the characters, but it's not like something like Haikyuu or like Kuroko. It's not centralized in sports. We're seeing the high school aspect. We're seeing the day-to-day lives of each of the characters. We're seeing them go to like the fireworks festival, them just wanting to go out on dates, have fun, you know what I mean? Like it's so much that goes in the Blue Box that is telling a more complete story than what we get in normal high school Shonen Jump stories. I think that and it's not even like a comedy or anything like that. It's doing the sports stuff. So it's something completely different. It's refreshing. The art is very refreshing. Like it's more softer compared to like some of the more gritty things.
It's definitely softer. I love it. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, like Blue Box is something really special. Like just to be something new, just like Elusive Samurai. I think Elusive Samurai was one of the first new ones from last year, and that's been going crazy too.
No, Elusive Samurai is really good too. I was really high on Elusive Samurai for a moment. I kind of dialed back, but it's still really good. I think it's just another really strong and solid title that they have. See, that's the thing with Shonen Jump right now. They have a lot of strong titles right now, and I I don't know which one's gonna be the transcendent one though. I don't know which one of these newer titles is going to be the one to really make that leap and really become like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a lot of strong, very good titles, which is really good. I don't know which one they got though that's like, yo, this is the fucking one.
Yeah.
Spy Family is it for me, but I think that Endo he shows up to work whenever he wants to show up to work. So like, if for real, like I really think Spy Family is one of the best things they got. I don't say Spy Family is better than My Hero, but I'll say Spy Family. But Endo only shows up to work when he wants to show up to work.
See, honestly, I feel that way about Don right now. And Don came out last year, and it's been nothing but gold.
It's been good. It's been nothing but gold. It's good. It's really good. Like, I don't know. But I think but once again though, Don has that thing against them where it's a tad bit just too mature to be on the Shonen Jump app.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go see it on the website. I feel that shouldn't take them out the conversation though.
Not at all. Like,
it shouldn't take them out. I mean, like Don Jump. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really great. I think this year I think by the end of this year, Don would definitely be on my top 5 manga year.
Shit, it's already up there for me. Like, I'm not gonna hold you.
There's nothing better than, for me, it's not a Jump title, but there's nothing this year better than me than Aoashi. When the anime comes out, everybody, listen, bro, y'all gonna think the World Cup's happening when that anime comes out. I'm gonna be front center, bro. Hey, listen, Aoashi is amazing. I think that was my favorite manga to read last year. It was absolutely amazing.
I gotta get into it. Like, I already started my reading of Bleach. Like, I made my list of things that I gotta read this year. One of them is Bleach. The other one is One Punch Man. To which I heard niggas have been praising the fuck out of One Punch Man this past year.
Why?
Like, I've been seeing it.
One Punch Man is bad.
I've been seeing it. I'm curious.
It's easily the most disappointing title this year. Easily the most disappointing title. I don't understand how anyone can sit here and look me dead in the eye and tell me that One Punch Man is good.
Man, see, I haven't read it. Like, I barely watched season 2. I'm not gonna hold you. So that's why I'm like, good. I gotta. One Punch Man is not good. It's really bad, and I just truly do not understand what people see in it. I just don't. I do not see what people see in this manga. Shoot, even an anime. Let's be real, but I ain't trying to start no wars on this. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. One Punch Man is something different.
Mission, Yozakura fan.
Oh yeah. That, bruh. Honestly, out of all the ones that don't have an anime, that's like the longest running one, and I'm really surprised about that.
And once again, though, it's a perfect anime manga. This is perfect for an anime adaptation. It's action.
Yeah.
There's, you know what I'm saying?
Comedy,
love story,
spy.
Comedy, spies. Like, this will, once again, I'm very surprised this hasn't been picked up yet. It had a really big year this year, too. It had 100th chapter this year. Got a couple of covers. Like, it wasn't no slouch. It was definitely up there in terms of, like, popularity. It was definitely one of those ones.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm like, the one thing that's going to kill Yozakura is the fact that, like, they haven't picked it up for a physical release. It's only digital. I don't understand why they made that choice, but it might kill them in the long run.
Vigilantes ever gets an adaptation?
I would like for it to. I honestly would like for Vigilantes to get an adaptation, like full run, because that would probably.
I think that doesn't happen until My Hero ends. The anime, though. I don't think that's gonna be probably another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, another 3. Well, that depends on when My Hero ends, because that could end mid next year, and we're already about to get the war arc. So if it ends between,
but you gotta think. Damn, war arc is gonna be crazy. War arc is gonna be probably a season on its own.
Yeah, war arc starts this year though. That's what I'm saying. So war arc starts this year, and wherever the war arc ends, the following year has to be like we have to see how this year runs, because if this tells like the entirety of this final war going into next year, that would have to be the last arc, and My Hero will have to end. Otherwise, there would be another season beyond that. But he said he wanted to end within the next 2 years, so that's why I'm like, We get War Arc at the end of this year, going into next year, and then 2023 going into 2024. Probably that'll be the final season.
We probably got 2 more seasons after this. They'll probably stretch it.
No more than 2. No more than 2.
2 more seasons and probably another movie.
I would say 2 or 3 movies, honestly. I feel like they'll throw out some movies. They'll
probably have 2 more seasons and 1 more movie, and then maybe if they're like, you know what, F it, let's keep these dollars rolling in, they'll adapt Vigilante.
I feel like the moment that the manga at least ends, they're gonna jump into a separate Vigilantes thing. I feel like they're gonna go ahead and jump into that. Maybe do some OVAs. I don't know.
You wanna know what's crazy?
What's up?
The best thing Toriyama did this year was a bunch of short stories.
I didn't even read it, but I know that's a fact.
That manga theater shit was tight. I was like, bro, you can really do this. Why don't you just put this like same effort into Dragon Ball?
See, here's the thing. I feel like Super is not doing bad, man.
Man, Super butt.
It's not doing bad. It is not. It is not doing bad.
Super is booty chatter because guess what? Boruto is better than Super, and you know it's a different timeline if I'm over here talking about Boruto's better than Dragon Ball.
Well, first of all, Boruto is on different time than Super. That's why I'm like, I can't disagree with that. Like, Boruto is on something different. That Boruto's being said,
good. I was hard on Boruto. I was thinking I was probably a little too hard on Boruto.
But here's the thing, though. Like with Superman, like you gotta take what he gives you. Like it's still Dragon Ball.
It's not good. That's what it's not. Listen,
it's better. Here's hot take. It's better than Z. It's better than Z. It's better than Z.
Super is better than Z?
Super is better than Z. Hot take.
You're on dust, my friend.
I am.
Better than Z?
I'm just saying.
You're tripping.
I'm just saying, dog. I really enjoy what they're at least doing for Vegeta compared to what they did to this nigga in Z. That's all. That's really what it's about for me. Like they're at least giving this nigga a full character arc in Super versus Z. That's my thing. It's not all about Goku.
But listen, Vegeta is their saving grace, but even then, I don't think that's good enough for me.
See,
because what has he really done? He's grown as a character. He's grown as like as a man, we could say, but like, what has he really done?
But that's my thing. Like you're probably saying that from like a fight's perspective, and I get that. But like at the same time, like he's still been the one who pushed Goku further. And at this point in time, they're splitting off into their own separate characters. Like they're not trying to run the same race anymore. They're doing something completely different. So that's why I'm like, Super is doing something way better than what Z was trying to do. Z was still them just like, he's a Super Saiyan, I gotta achieve Super Saiyan. He's got Super Saiyan to this level, I gotta do that too. How come he keeps being one step ahead of me? Now with Super, they're just like going on their own separate paths. They're learning their own separate things. And I appreciate them for at least taking the time to do so. It's not the same re-rock. It's the same but different. It's a little bit of jerk powder in that shit. Like a little bit of parsley on top. It's something different.
No, don't agree. I don't agree at all. Don't even agree.
You don't have to agree. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. It is what it is. Like, but Boruto is better. Also, JoJolian, I read the part 8 JoJo. I read that to the end. That shit was actually heat.
Was it? I can't read it. I still haven't tapped into JoJo's.
I think Stone Ocean is probably one of the best that came out last year for anime. Like that shit was. And it's only like 12 episodes right now.
I'll say this, that I don't know what's going on in it, but Jolynn's a hard ass character.
Yeah.
She's cold as fuck. Her character design is even crazy too. I think she's the swaggiest character this year. Probably one of my favorite looking protagonists.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like you could jump into part 6. People say don't skip parts, but I feel like you could jump into part 6. You know about Jotaro. You know fairly enough to get into this, because the story is that much good. It's that much better than what some other stuff that's happened in the JoJo series. All of them are pretty decent. I like part 4 the most, but I think you'll be alright with watching part 6.
I want to watch it all though. Like I want to get the full story. I need to watch the full story. I can't. I don't feel right just skipping a part. So I'll get into it. All right. Before because we're gonna wrap it up very soon. One last thing, and then let's give like our top 3 or our favorites of the year.
Okay.
Tokyo Revengers. Biggest fumble? Biggest fumble this year? They fumbled at the 1 yard line. I was so high on Tokyo Revengers, and they really fumbled. The manga fumbled at the 1 yard line this year. They made one of the dumbest decisions, and they legit had a clear landing before this final arc. And I think that them doing this final arc is really ruining a lot of things.
See, so I'm gonna agree, but only because I've already like separated. I've already made the good ending in my mind. Like these niggas already reached the good ending, dog. Like they didn't. There was no reason for them to continue any further. The fact that we're even still reading more chapters shows like, nah, bro. Like after that whole situation, I don't know, Chief. Like that ending right there, and where we're at right now, I don't want to spoil anything for people who are still maybe high.
Nah, man, listen, it's the manga. Listen, bro, it's the manga podcast. If you're listening to this right now, we're talking about manga. Don't come over here talking about, well, why did you know? You know what you're getting yourself into when you listen to the Big Eyes podcast.
I'm just saying, bro.
We're wrapping up the year, bro.
It's the Draken shit for me, dog. Like,
dog, killing him was the worst decision that they ever could have done.
Yeah.
It legit ruins the whole story and the point of the story. Yeah. Killing Draken, killing him, having him die, killed it. It killed the entire story. They legit fumbled at the 1 yard line. They had a clear run. They could have stuck the fucking landing. And then now they kill off probably, can we say, second most important character in the series?
Yeah.
Arguably the most important, because he was really the glue that held everything. Like it held Mikey and Takamichi. Like he was really the glue that held a lot of things together. Taking him out, I'm like, how?
And that's why I'm just shaking my head like, dog, there was no reason for you to even go that far. Like, I've already analyzed what I don't like about Tokyo Revengers from like the paneling perspective. However, with that just in itself, there was no reason for us to even be at this point. Now this nigga Takamichi's in the hospital. He got his ass slept.
Oh yeah, he got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped. Oh yeah, and then Mikey, obviously we've always known that he had that killer instinct in him, but like him automatically turning into Mr. I'm gonna just kill everybody here, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Murder, man. I'm like,
he had murder on his mind, man.
But listen, bro, I don't like what they did. I don't like what they did with this, and I don't think the story is in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm really only gonna keep going just to see how they stick the landing. I don't think it's gonna be a good landing, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there to see.
Listen, I'm too invested. I gotta see it through, my boy. I gotta see it through.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean I gotta agree with what they doing, but I gotta see it through.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Tokyo Revengers, they had a really they goofed. They goofed this year. I think that they had a clear way to end it. I think they really were able to. I think they had a clear winning. I think they had a clear landing. And they fucked it up in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last thing too before we give our last favorites and then wrap this up. Fujimoto, is he mangaka of the year?
Fujimoto? He didn't really put out anything other than Look Back.
But we wrapped up Chainsaw Man this year.
Nah, that was early. That was like December.
That was
December.
Shit, I am drunk. Wow, that was December of 2020, huh? Damn. He only put out Look Back. Never mind. You can erase this part. Yeah, one of my favorite one shots this year.
Yeah, Look Back was crazy.
DC3 was another really good one.
Yeah, DC3 was crazy too. I'm glad that they're trying to cook up something more than The Promised Neverland, because they shit the bed.
Bleach had a really good one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was really. That's how you know this year. Last year was just everything's just mushed together for me.
Yeah, I think we had a bunch of the Sanji Food Wars chapters.
We did get a bunch more of those. Those were really fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those. All right. What are your top 3, man?
Top 3
year. It doesn't. They don't got to be in order. You don't even got to argue on what was just your top 3 favorite things you read this year.
Fuck. I really fuck with Dandadan. I'm not gonna hold you. That's probably top 1 of the newest things that I read. I really wholeheartedly love that series. Shit. Something I read that we ain't talk about that I really enjoy was Astra Lost in Space. Like, I know that's not something that came out this year. If we had to talk about something that came out this year, I'm not gonna hold you. Attack on Titan. Only hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
What you gotta say?
Just hear me out, dog. Now, the ending is something a little left to be desired. I will agree. Like, however, y'all were pressuring me to watch, like, read the entire thing. Y'all literally told me to read the shit.
We did put the gun to your ribs, man. We did. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. We definitely put the gun to your ribs. It was like, nigga, read this now, or we're gonna kill you. Yeah, we were definitely on your head.
Yeah. So for what I watched, I watched the rest of the season, and then I read the end. So with that being said, up until the very end, I was enjoying the experience of reading Attack on the Titan. Like, it was just like some what the fuck, what's going on? Why is Eren on some wild boy shit? Like, what are we finna do with the rest of the world here in this state? Like, it was some crazy shit. So for Attack on Titan, at least up to that point, I would say it kept me a fair amount of entertained. But also, like, this ain't even like Shonen Jump or anything related, dude. Solo Leveling, because it just ended. I gotta give a shout out to the manga. Like, Solo Leveling was hard. That shit clean. Nothing but straight hands.
It ended too, right?
Yeah, it just ended.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are probably my 3, if anything. And Bakuman. Never mind. Yeah, Bakuman.
All right, I like that list. That's a good one. All right, for me, obviously, Aoashi, manga of the year for me. Best manga running this year. Really enjoyed it. That joint was amazing. I'm gonna have to agree with you. Dandadan's right there. Dandadan's right there. I think that's a great series. I think that next year we could expect a lot more from it. And I think Dandadan's an amazing series. Just from the art direction to the story that's telling. The plot is really amazing.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I understand.
Like even how I feel about the ending, from Maki to Yuta to Hikari, like these 3 characters and the moments that they bring to this series, it's just really hard for me to say anything else. It's really hard. Oh, and Spy Family. I think Spy Family had a really great year this year.
Yeah, the Your arc.
Your man, I mean, just where did they even start off?
They were starting off with like Damien and like
Damien going on the field trip, and then just like from that to the Your arc, and then being on the boat. Yeah, man, I think Spy Family had a really just a good year. I mean, I wish he just showed up to work more. But I mean, listen, man, if I could have that schedule, I'd probably run on that same time too.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I'm excited though for this next year of manga. I think that we're gonna get a lot of great stories. I can't wait for whatever new titles come this year.
Yeah, same.
Like
What do you think is gonna be like the biggest thing that will jump off this year in current jump? Like, what do you think will be the most exciting, or you expect to have the most exciting year?
You're gonna hate my answer, and you might just turn off the mic when I say it. But I think My Hero redeems himself this year. I think My Hero has the biggest year this year. They have too much on the line.
This has been a great episode of the Big Eyes Podcast, man. Thank you for listening. Oh my god!
I legit think My Hero has the biggest year this year. They're on their last leg. Like, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna have a big year, obviously, but I think that just what My Hero does is, I think they redeem themselves. I think that this is a My Hero redemption.
Man, I can't believe you're saying this.
I think it's gonna be a redemption year. I think that this is the year they're gonna come back full throttle, like get all gas, no brakes.
At least you kind of see the vision.
I kind of see it. I don't believe in the vision, but I see it. I don't have no trust in Horikoshi, but I see it, man. I think My Hero manga wise, I mean they're on their final arc. I think they have see, the reason why the reason why I say I think they had the biggest year is because I think they had a bad year last year. I think they had a down year last year for me. So I think they have the most to prove to me. I think that even Jujutsu Kaisen, they'll probably have a big year too this year, but I think that Jujutsu Kaisen is gonna stay on par with what they do. I think that My Hero is really gonna I think this final arc, if this is truly the final arc that we're reaching, I think this is gonna be bananas. I think it's gonna be so crazy.
I agree. It's just funny to hear you say it.
There's some other things that could happen this year. I mean, One Piece. Wano may be finally ending this year.
That's definitely true.
What's going to be the next One Piece adventure?
Like, we got the Shanks movie and stuff.
We got the Shanks movie coming. I mean, I think
we got Culling Games finna get into the thick of it.
Gonna get into the thick of it. Undead Unluck, they're gonna fight the final season, and what's gonna happen after that? Like, if they finally where is Undead Unluck gonna be at the end of the year? Like, are we finally gonna get their fight against God? Mashal's looking like it's gonna be on the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mashal's in the cool spot. I'm not like Mashal's one of those cool things, but I wonder what Sakamoto Days does.
Yeah,
I think Sakamoto Days though can. I think that's one of those ones where it just. I see Sakamoto Days as a weird collection of just like short stories.
I can see that.
It's just a collection of like little stories, and like I don't read too deep into it.
Yeah, I can see that. I think with at least Yozakura family, because they're about to end too, or they could get into their little final arc at any moment.
I think but like once again, I don't think Yozakura family is good. I don't see. I need to see the anime. Yozakura family is good as a manga. I need to see the anime and see what the anime is for.
Yeah.
But no, man, this has been a fun episode of the Big Eyes Podcast.
Yeah, man, glad to be back. We here.
Yeah, for real, man. Listen, I'm feeling better, feeling great. So we definitely want to give y'all a longer one this week because we had to wrap up some things about this year and some feelings about this year. But make sure that you follow the Lookout and make sure you subscribe to the Lookout RNC wherever you listen to podcasts and wherever your favorite social media platform is. Make sure you're following RNC Radio Live. Shout out to J5 and Josh, man. The Ain't Shit Funny 2021 list, man. They talk about all the biggest moments, all the biggest things that happened this year, and they got some big things coming. So shout out to those two big inspirations of mine. Welcome to the new year, man. Bigger, better things coming from big.
Yeah, man.
So, AD, what's the sign off?
You already know. It's about to be a fun year, man. So please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout. Only on the lookout for the Big Eyes Podcast.